What's up, everybody? It's your boy HB Maharaja out here in Sunny Isles Beach, Miami. I think I haven't actually thought about these Maharaja weeklies, and I'm just trying to do them whenever I get a chance, whenever I get an opportunity, especially when I'm out here with a view like this. I think it serves as a great opportunity to do one of these Maharaja weeklies. But as I said, it may not be weekly, but I'm trying to do 52 of these every year. So that's something I'll commit to, but we don't know when they'll happen. But yeah, so that's kind of the vibe right now. I'm here in Sunny Isles, as I mentioned, which is a little bit north, about 10-15 miles north of South Beach, Miami, where we were, a couple of days ago. Last day here in Miami, last night we spent right here, and we're flying back tonight. But besides all what's been happening in the life of HB Maharaja, I want to say a few words about why so many people are set up to lose and what it takes, in my perspective at this point in my life, from what I've seen, to kind of break the barrier. And so let's just start off with why people are set up to lose. Why are most people set up to lose in life, business, opportunity? I feel and I feel that most people are set up to lose because they are restricted. Their mindset is restricted. The way that they've been brought up has caused them to be restricted from either their parents' influence, because their parents thought a certain way. Now you supposedly are supposed to think a very different way, but you're not able to because of your upbringing, perhaps. That's one avenue. And and I'll talk about the power of thought here shortly, but let's say there's other things that can affect you being set up for failure, set up for being not set up for as a loser, but it's kind of the same thing. And I'm speaking this from my perspective too. I'm not just saying that I'm not part of that boat. We're all part of this boat, and there's so much in what I've seen so far on this planet where it's you can be set up to lose after you've won. Like failure can come even after you've won something, and so that's it's kind of a different metric. When you're thinking about, hey, what's the why am I failing after I'm winning? And it's there's so many reasons, right? And as I said, one thing is upbringing. Upbringing can be a major downfall or major reason for your downfall, because you're programmed. That's what it is. You're programmed to think a certain way when the world requires you to think in a very different way. So that's that. Actually, I think I'm going to take a seat. This is enough walking for me. Quick seat, and then I should be good. What's another reason why most people are kind of set up for failure? Well, another reason is comfort. Comfort. I think that's huge. A lot of people are comfortable. And when you're comfortable, you're not growing, and B, you are okay where you're at, even though it may be damaging to yourself. And so, of course, growing is great, like these buildings right behind me, but even being brought down is what's worse, because when you're comfortable, you're not just going to stay where you are. That just never happens. Life is ever changing. The world is ever changing. The things around you are ever changing. And so if you stay comfortable for too long, you're going to go down. You're going to go down. You'll realize, you're going to be way behind. And so some things, and let me talk about the flip side. It's what do you have to do you know, to get out of this like situation where, oh, well, I'm set up to lose. How the hell do I fix this? It's not, oh yeah, you know what? Just get yourself, you know, a book or sign up for a course, and that's gonna set me up for success. It's not so menial or trivial to just have one flick of a switch and you're like, oh yeah, let me just catch the elevator and go up. If it was that easy, everybody would do it. But the reality of the situation is that it takes a lot. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of planning, strategy. But above everything that I mentioned, it's one thing. And this is, I'm telling myself this. So major reason for MAHARAJA Weekly is like, I'm documenting what I'm thinking so that I may get my thoughts out there about my way of approaching. So you'll see, like, this is a whole documentation of my life. If it works, then you know you came to the right spot. But what I'm saying is relatively true. I'm not speaking out of any false perspectives or giving you false ideas or selling you anything. This is just my perspective on what I'm thinking right now. And so when it starts with thought, back to the topic, right? When it starts with thought, when you think different, when you're thinking proactively, that's when you set yourself up for success and to avoid the whole setup for failure, right? And so one prime example, man, and this is something that hit me when I was walking around here in Sunny Isles. Apparently it's a very rich area. I mean, one of these condos right here, I found a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,700 square feet for about $1.3 million with $1,000 HOA, right? When you have this kind of stuff, you gotta have some kind of money to live here, you know? And, you know, that being said, it's like, shit, you know? And that's just one of these. And it's like, how many buildings, how many rooms in one building, how many floors, and then how many buildings down the stretch of the water here. It's absolutely insane, you know. So, yeah, so, you know, that's kind of why I was prompted to think about this. It's like, the people that are working to build these things, fund these things, sell these things, you know, people who own these things, they're not thinking like me and you are thinking. You know, assuming my crowd is mostly like people my age or whatever. They come from money. They're people that have been well set up because their parents are well set up or whatever. And I'm not saying coming from money like, oh, I got a couple $1 million, I got tens of millions of dollars. These people right here have got hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars just lying around to even have the capability to own something like this. So I'm not talking about the residents that are buying one condo for about $1.3 million. I'm talking about the guy who constructed this and the guy who purchased this as a business opportunity. You know, and so the reason why I bring this up is it's a matter of perspective. Like, if you're not gonna think about it in the grandest way or think about it differently than most people, you're gonna set yourself up for failure. Yeah, I mean, I hate to break it to you. You know, it's even I feel the pressure right now, just sitting here. You know, I'm feeling way different than some of these people here on the beach. No offense to them, but you know, the average Joe here is lying down on his towel, thinking that he's on top of the world. You know, and good for him. You know, maybe that is the case, right? And so, you know, the average Joe's out here, they're chilling, they're getting a tan, doing their yada yada stuff, but they're not thinking like the way I'm thinking or the way I feel people should be thinking. It's like, oh, there's more opportunity. Because when you're average, trust me, you buy a $1 million condo, next thing you know, you won't be able to afford another house or another vacation or another anything. You're gonna be stuck here because, hey, shit, I paid this price. 10 years later, this thing went up 2 times as much, but I don't got other places to go. So you're stuck. So, you know, I'm not saying everybody's like that. There could be a trillionaire on the beach. I just don't know, right? And so I'm just talking about the way I have experienced the world with people in my life and in the world that I've interacted with. So perspective in thought. That's what I would leave you with. It's like, make sure you understand that you have to change the thought, the mindset, and from that will come the other stuff, like, oh, okay, motivation to act and execute, right? Because that's the next step. Like, okay, well, I've got this thought, I've got this idea, I gotta execute on this, you know. And so recently what I've gotten into is just bada bing, bada boom. You think of something, you gotta do it, just do it. Just do it right there and then. Don't wait. And somebody online, I've been reading that they program your habits a different way. If you just count backward, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then you have to get it done. So your brain is wired like, before the countdown ends, get this shit done, right? And so just anytime you think, I'll do it later, just count 5. Boom. And you're just on it. And then you complete it and it's like, oh yeah, I got myself a small win, right? And so, you know, that's the beauty. But anyways, I know I've taken more than 11 minutes here, or just around 11 minutes of your time. I'm here in Sunny Isles Beach with a beautiful sun and beautiful ocean views for days. You know, the beautiful Atlantic Ocean. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me for the Maharaja Weekly. HB Maharaja signing out. Jai ho to everybody, and I hope to see you on the next one. If you like this stuff, comment, like, subscribe, share. I need to start promoting myself, you know. Branding is everything. So get with the program. Get with the Maharaja program. I'll see you on the next one. Signing out. South Beach. Not South Beach. Sunny Isles, Florida.